Welcome back to another video. We're going to be looking at the Warzone Season 2 map changes. This is going to include things that have been added and things that have been taken away at the same time. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Warzone content, and let me know in the comments what you think of the changes. Let's start off with one of the most obvious changes of the map, which is the shipwrecked area, which is just below the prison. At the end of Season 1, the cargo ship was at sea. Season 2 is now crashed, and inside there's a little zombie event that can be activated via a terminal. As changes go on the map, this is probably one of the biggest, but there are some other things that have been changed quite dramatically as well. Heading up further north, we have the military monument. I did cover this one along with the hills one on my last video, but we'll briefly cover it in this one as well. The monument, which was previously together, has now opened up, revealing a hole with a nuke device inside. Dropping down into the missile silo will take you on a few different routes inside, and one will show you this terminal that has a skull on it and 5%, which is probably the infection rate of the zombies around the map. Now the next change we're going to take a look at, we need to move on further north all the way up to the dam. Now this isn't the biggest change of all time, but there is now a pier or a dock that has been added just behind the dam onto the frozen lake. Now, what a strange addition. Currently, the lake is frozen, and you can't drive boats inside of Verdansk anyway, so this could signify that there could be a change coming with the next season, or with what's going to be happening if there is going to be an event. Most likely, there is going to be an event. What's the point of having all these terminals with the percentage of the zombies and all the nukes coming up? Now, the nuke could go off and melt the ice underneath the dock, and then suddenly you can then drive boats around Verdansk. Now, this is something that you can do over on the Black Ops series, but you can't currently do on the on Warzone. You step in water and it's basically lava. What's even creepier is the Warzone team has sent out this kind of bloody looking hat. This was tweeted by Dexbot, and there's a little note that came with it saying, "This month is meant to be smooth sailing now. Oh boy. After a year of smooth sailing, prepare for an assailant like no other." So this is something, again, going towards captains, ships and boats. So another signification that this dock has got more purpose than what we think. Alright, moving on to the bunker that opened up at the beginning of Season 1 at the airport. If you go down and then kind of drop around, there is the terminal, the same 5% one with the zombie icon as in the other places. This seems to be the only change that I can find in this area. Alright, let's head back down south to the Hills Monument, which ironically has been nuked and it's no longer there, and now has a silo with a nuclear device inside. Behind, it's been excavated. You're inside like this concrete pipe, and there are loads of different rooms and hallways that you can kind of navigate through on the inside. It's actually quite confusing, so you may get lost a few times the first time you're doing it, but also inside you'll find one of the 5% zombie icon devices terminals, and there are also a couple of other rooms which are quite interesting. One of the rooms has a little MDF or wooden structure, which kind of looks like it's underground. It has like silos inside it, what looks to be like tents. Some people said it could be a gulag, but it looks far too big to be a gulag. It kind of looks like something that has been made to be in if a nuclear device was to go off and you had to kind of live underground. So that's kind of interesting, and I'm looking forward to learning more about that. Alright, let's head on over to Bunker 10. Bunker 10 was a popular bunker which had loads of loot in. It was normally accessed by putting a code in, but no longer do you need to put the code in. The door is now just open. Once you get further down into the bunker, you'll notice that the door at the very back is now open. Previously in the season it was closed, but it's kind of not really serving any purpose right now. It's just like a bit of an L shape that you go around, and when you do go around, you'll go back into the control room that we're familiar with. However, there is one of the 5% zombie terminals in the corner. Now I'm going to cover some smaller changes along with things that have been taken away. First of all, we're going to head down to the stadium. If you're familiar with the Easter egg that happened at the stadium where you have to run around and collect access codes, the doors or the rooms that you were collecting the codes for can be opened anyway now. You no longer need to find these codes, and they are also still full of loot. Unfortunately, you can't get the blueprint which was available with the Easter egg, but at least if you haven't seen the inside of the rooms, you get to have a little bit of a browse. This also holds true to other little areas. There's little shacks and buildings that needed passcodes to get inside. No longer do you need a passcode, you can just open the door and walk inside. A theory of mine is because this may disappear and they want people to see it if they've never seen it before, so they just removed all of the codes. Heading back over to the stadium, the underground area has been completely closed off. Every exit has been sealed, and there's no way you can get down from both inside of the stadium and the outside of the stadium. I'm not quite sure what this plays into the story, if any, but it's kind of curious to me. You can now no longer enter the metro station either. You can go down the first few flights of stairs, and then inside it's completely sealed off. Not a single working sign is inside there. Also, the secondary exit or the access holes have also been blocked off. They've either been sealed with tarmac or they have a manhole cover. This isn't specific just to the subway station at the stadium either. This is every single metro station that's across the whole map. The downtown Easter egg, the City Hall one, you can no longer access the keypad or the computer, and it seems that there's a new painting that's appeared, potentially one from the Navy. Don't quote me on that, but if somebody can confirm in the comments, that would be great. It makes complete sense that this Easter egg is gone because it relies completely on the subway system, which can no longer be accessed either. Other than Bunker 10, all the other bunkers that you could access with a red keycard can no longer be accessed, and the light is off from the front of the Bunker 2. The Bunker 11 Easter egg with the phones and the Russian voices are no longer available either. I also checked the keypad access bunkers and you can no longer access these too. So it looks like the devs are pushing you towards Bunker 10, which is the more interesting bunker. Let's be realistic, it had the nuclear device inside, along with where the monuments were, the military base and the hills. These bunkers are kind of almost irrelevant, there wasn't that much interesting stuff inside them anyway, so it's going to be interesting to find out what's going to happen. This brings me to the end of the Season 2 Warzone changes. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to put a thumbs up, subscribe, and put a comment if I've missed anything, because I'm sure there's some things that I've not found. I would love you to come hang over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Valkyr, where I stream daily, except Sunday because that is my day off. And make sure to follow me over on Twitter @officialvalkyr. Links will be in the description. Take care, and I'd love to see you on another video.